Afternoon, George. Welcome back to another section of the Ask the Expert.
Good day again, Michael.
Good to see you again.
Likewise.
I've got a question about the maintenance costs involved with mechanical seals.
Mm-hmm.
In order to pull a seal off a pump, it's quite difficult and it can be quite costly, potentially even unsafe. Have you got any ideas about how we could simplify that process?
So we'll dive straight into what we've got in front of us here with split seals. The mechanical seal is actually in halves. They're quite common in industry now. They've been around for a couple of decades, more than that, as a few decades actually. And the beauty of that is that you can actually dismantle the seal without having to dismantle the equipment. That's a huge saving when you're speaking about large pieces of equipment. Typically on pumps that's over about 65, 70 millimeters, it becomes more cost effective to actually use a split seal than actually having a solid mechanical seal.
Yeah, that's true. The process of taking out all the coupling and then
all the bits and pieces that you've got to disassemble to be able to get to the mechanical seal.
Yeah,
the coupling guards and taking electric motors. If you have to move things,
must be a crane.
You might need cranes, scaffolding sometimes to be able to get to pieces of equipment. So using a split seal makes sense in respect to time.
Yeah.
The other reason a split seal is actually good as well is for the safety aspect. Without having to do all that heavy work as well and no craneage, it becomes a lot safer.
Yeah, that would make it easier. And can you get them in different sizes, right? Small ones,
yeah.
Big ones?
Yeah. So very small ones, anything from about an inch and a quarter right up to, I did one recently in New Zealand in a hydro turbine, the 350 millimeter shafts.
Yeah.
But they go much larger than that even.
Wow, that's fantastic. Yeah, I think I saw something about a 960 something in Canada once.
Yeah,
so
there's some quite large pieces of equipment out there that use split seals.
And hydro turbines in particular, that would really suit it. It's a water type based application.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can't use a split seal everywhere. You wouldn't want to use it on hydrocarbon, for instance, but a water application would be fantastic in that.
Absolutely. And you'll find a lot of pumps in local municipalities will have split seals if they're not using a packed gland.
Yeah.
Simply because they're easy, they last many, many years. And with the latest technologies and the way they come together, they can last 10 years.
Yeah. And it's just a simple matter of putting the rotor around the shaft, put that in position, and then the stator goes over the top and bolted into the stuffing box, and away you go.
They're simple to use, simple to install, a little bit of training. Like anything, if you want to have success, you've got to learn how to do it properly.
And that would also reduce the cost of turnaround. So the pump would be not offline as such for such a long period of time.
There's a particular one that we installed just recently in a mine site, and this pump is actually on a pontoon. And you have to drag the pontoon to the side to be able to get access to a crane.
Right.
That used to take 2 shifts pretty much to change the mechanical seal on the pump. I went there with one of our distributors a few weeks ago, and we changed out the seal in about 2.5 hours.
Wow, that's a big
And it was
difference.
only just 2 of us instead of having a crane operator as well and everything else.
So you cover the safety aspect there, the cost, and of course the downtime as well. So that's a really good package. It's a much better way of proceeding forward.
Certainly the added cost of a split seal is certainly the savings far outweigh the extra.
Oh yes, your payback period would be a lot shorter. That's right. Yeah, because they would be more costly.
They are
to manufacture,
more costly, yes.
So yeah, that's fantastic. That's a great way of doing it. Thank you very much, George. I appreciate your input. We'll see you next time.